What happens when Bart becomes a musician? He plays the piano with his feet. The music would make the audience throw their panties at him. He'd slide his ass on the piano. Then he took out his violin and struck the piano. He lifted the piano up and played it with his teeth. After the concert, Homer asks him to sell the merchandise. He sees Lisa practicing on the piano. Put a mouse behind her. He showed that he could make up music with his feet. Lisa is envious. She had a bad idea. When Bart was on stage receiving his award, she drugged the audience's drinks. She smiled as she watched the audience drink it. Bart was playing. One by one, the audience fell asleep. Bart looked at them in disbelief. His playing career was ruined. Bart drinks to drown his sorrows, then walks out into the rain. The result was that he got sick. Lisa hired a quack for him. This quack put leeches on his face. Bart's death was imminent. His parents were very upset. Even Lisa pretended to be there. Bart comforted her with his last strength and died. Homer walks out the door sadly. Then he changed his expression and started selling Bart's death mask. Can Lisa really be a gifted musician with Bart dead? Of course not. There will only be more musicians who are better than her. What happens when Homer becomes Pie Man? Homer sees Lisa being bullied and wants to take it out on her, but then he thinks about what the police told him, so he disguised himself as Pie Man and then smashes the pie in the face of Lisa's bullies. Homer realizes that Bart is in a bad mood because Bart was tricked into buying comics by Comic Book Guy. For this, Homer decided to punish him. Homer drew a few rough sketches. With a variety of tools and good technique, he created a hero suit. He tightened his stomach and put on the suit, and the shape hair came apart. Homer went to the comic book store. He snapped a pie in the Comic Book Guy's face. It made the news. In order to stop pies from becoming a weapon of the masses, the police chose to trade guns for pies and concentrated on destroying pies. There was an injustice at Springfield Children's Hospital, and the cops were ready and waiting for Pie Man to take the bait. At this moment, Homer appeared and the police pointed their guns at him. He maneuvered the mechanism to pull the suspension and jump to the balcony. The cops shoot at him. Homer was shot in the arm. He has no choice but to leave. He goes home. He takes out a knife, cuts out the wound and shaves the bullet out. The bullet rolled down to Lisa's feet. As much as he doesn't want to admit it, Homer has been caught out by Lisa. Lisa doesn't want Homer to become Pie Man. Finally, Homer agreed. They sat by the refrigerator and disposed of the rest of the pie. What happens when Bart goes deaf? It's vaccination day for the kids. Bart took a skeleton and whipped the doctor to avoid the shots, but was stopped by Marge. Bart had nowhere to hide and looked out the window. Even when the doctor pulls out a lollipop, he has more lollipops. He dodges the injection and escapes out the window. The doctor puts on his injection gear and chases after him. He appears in Bart's locker and is shoved back in by Bart. He even throws the syringe from the air, both of which Bart dodges. The doctor gets beaten up by the slugger trying to give Bart a shot. The doctor was very discouraged, but Bart shows off his long toenails. However, the doctor is Barney's fake. Bart was caught and the real doctor forced him to get an injection. Bart can't hear out of his ears. The doctor examined him and said it was a side effect. Bart will be back on his feet in no time. Homer took the opportunity to play a trick on Bart. Even when he honked his horn at Bart, Bart didn't respond. He was even calm in the face of the bullies. There was a flag-raising ceremony in the gym, but Bart was teasing the donkey. He put a carrot in his pants pocket, and the donkey ripped his pants off, and then the flag was lowered, and he was photographed pointing his ass at the flag. Bart was reviled by the crowd. He was even beaten by the bullies.